And I'll talk a little bit more about that as everyone goes around and kind of gives what we call our elevator pitch. Today I'm going to talk about customer service. I'm going to give a few tips, like Lori said, some tips, some tricks, things that you can add to your business to help. I'm going to be talking about customer service. Has anybody here within the past, this year, suffered bad customer service from a restaurant, a retailer, or a vendor? Okay. Anybody this week have a bad customer service experience? Yeah. Well, how does that make you feel when you pay for something and perhaps you receive the product, but you don't get quite the level of service you think you deserve? How do you feel when that occurs? Irritated. Okay. Why would we feel irritated? I mean, after all, if you're getting what it is, there's your food, take it. If you're getting, here's your stuff, buy it. If you're getting what it is you bought, we want that little something extra.
I want to be
Customer
appreciated.
service. Pardon me?
I want to be appreciated.
Exactly. There you go. There's this old adage that, hey, don't worry, it's not personal, it's business. Well, all business is personal, and that transaction is business. But exactly like you're saying, I want to be appreciated. That's personal. And I think that's valid, that we want to feel that way. If we don't express our higher level of customer service and that appreciation for our clientele, we're going to lose them, right? Very few of us today are necessarily one transaction and done. Most of the time, there is some sort of an ongoing relationship that may be several years from one transaction to the next, but as professionals, we like to keep our clientele happy so that they will come back and use us again. So, what I've done here is I've outlined what Ritz-Carlton has called the golden rules of the gold standard of customer service. If you don't know exactly where to begin in terms of how can I up my game with customer service, look to someone else. You can look at Disney, look at Southwest Airlines, some of these companies that are known, Publix, some of these companies that are known for delivering great customer service. Well, my favorite is the Ritz-Carlton. And has anybody here ever had the opportunity to stay at a Ritz-Carlton? Yeah, well, they're very luxurious, lush, plush, but they don't want you to feel as though you're in someone else's home. They want you to feel like you are at home. And the reason why they're called 5 stars is it's not because they charge more money, but it's because of the level of service they provide. So, I've got what they call the gold standard. Is 5 different principles and the gold standard that the Ritz-Carlton uses. And I love their motto, by the way. It's really their credo. It's ladies and gentlemen, serving ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, serving ladies and gentlemen. I love that because it's the mindset of the employees, but it also puts the customers on notice. We value our employees as well. So let's take a look at this, and there's some fill in the blanks if you want to do that. It's up to you. The first one there is define and refine. Define and refine. Ritz-Carlton will tell their employees, here's the standard by which we expect you to deliver good customer service to our people. That's defining it. That's fine. But to refine it means to find out exactly what that individual wants. There's the golden rule that says treat people the way you would have them treat you. And then there's the platinum rule, which is treat people the way they would want to be treated. Well, both are good, but by define and refine, find out what that individual really enjoys in terms of customer service. What would make them individually satisfied? The second one there is empower through trust. Empower through trust. Trust in their employees. And Ritz-Carlton literally puts their money where their mouth is in terms of trusting their employees. If you ever stay at a Ritz and there's anything that goes wrong, your room service, the valet, the janitor, the front desk, anybody on the grounds can fix that problem immediately up to a $2,000 budget. They have a $2,000 per occurrence per day budget that their employees can take to make things right. So, if they're opening up the pool for the very first time that year and all of maintenance and their plumbers are working on getting that pool up and running, but you have a problem with your faucet in your bathroom, room service can simply call an outside plumber and just have them come in and fix whatever the problem is instantly. They don't have to run it by management. They just take care of it. Now, what Ritz-Carlton has found is that because of this level of trust, the employees take on ownership. Hey, this is my hotel just as much as anyone else's. And what they have found is that the employees are very tight with the company's money. Now, if they do need to fix a problem, they'll get it fixed. But if there's just some simple little phone call they can make, or they can walk down to the basement and get something that will fix the problem, they'll just take care of it themselves. But empower your employees through trust. Remember, it's not about you, the professional, the salesperson, the executive, the leader. It's not about you. It's about the client, the patient, the patron, the customer. How do we serve them? I may service someone and think, that went well, because in my own mind it did, but what if they're not satisfied? They have to be satisfied. Number 4 is deliver a wow. Deliver a wow.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not about you.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. It's not about you. It's about the customer. It's about the client. Number 4 is deliver a wow. A wow moment. Something that's going to really stand out in someone's mind. Delivering customer service is great. But can you wow them? Can you really impress them? Something that's going to be memorable. And this is what they do. Ritz-Carlton is very serious about this. And leave a lasting footprint. Leave a lasting footprint. Leave a lasting footprint. This means a memory, a positive memory. They're going to remember just how good and how much they enjoyed being with you. One of my favorite stories about Ritz-Carlton is that there was this little girl, and her parents were visiting, I think it was the one in Orlando. So they were probably going to Disney or something. And they stayed at the Ritz-Carlton for the entire week. At the end of the week, they had a lot of fun, but the little girl took this stuffed animal with her. Now let's call it Freddie, whatever the little stuffed animal's name was. And when they left Orlando, she forgot to bring Freddie. They got home, and the little girl starts looking through her suitcase, and she starts crying. And Mom and Dad are like, what's wrong? Oh, I lost Freddie. Freddie, he's still at the hotel. He's still at the hotel. So, at this point, Mom and Dad did the most responsible thing that parents can do. They lied to their child. Well, let me tell you, honey, Freddie is off on an extended stuffed animal vacation at the Ritz. So we'll get Freddie back in a few days, but Freddie's just having fun right now. So they thought, can we go to a store and find a replacement for Freddie? They called the maitre d' at the hotel and they said, look, in your lost and found, we look for this, it was like a giraffe or something, they described it, and it's Freddie. And told the story to the maitre d' and the concierge, and said, look, our little girl is upset by this, just got to get Freddie back. We think she'll be able to fall asleep tonight, knowing Freddie's on a vacation, but this is how she falls asleep. We really need Freddie back. And so, a couple days later in the mail, they got a little box. And they opened up the box, and guess what was inside? It was Freddie. It was Freddie. So they pulled out Freddie, and they gave it to the little girl, and she was happy. Now, that is not just customer service, that's great customer service. That's a wow moment, because they probably went above and beyond. But there's more to the story. There were 2 objects in that box. They pulled the stuffed animal out, and then down below that, they saw this little photo album. And they opened up the photo, and there the staff had staged photos of Freddie in eating breakfast in a room. They found some other stuffed animals and put it around a table, and here's Freddie enjoying dinner. Here's Freddie poolside, and they made a nice little album there so that Mom and Dad could keep with the story that Freddie was actually on an extended vacation. That's wow. That's leaving a lasting footprint. That is a memory that you're never going to forget. So if they go back to Orlando, are they going to stay at the Hilton? No, they're going to stay at the Ritz-Carlton. Absolutely. So let's look at our own customer service. What can we do to sort of mimic some of what Ritz-Carlton does? Do we wow people? Do we go above and beyond? Are we finding out what makes them individually happy? If you don't like Ritz-Carlton, then there's several other models that you can use, but I highly encourage you, look at someone who's been around for decades and been delivering great customer service. Use that as a role model until you can create your own benchmark.
Awesome.